We are live.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Ev. First time we've really officially seen you when you weren't getting chased by a pack of hyenas or surviving the Orlando locals. How was your trip to Florida? I guess you're still there, aren't you?
I am still here. I'm actually staying in a pretty nice part of Orlando. That's shocking, those words coming out of my mouth. Man, let me tell you, being at a conference all week for work is just brutal. Just brutal. It's pretty boring after like the first day. Then you're just kind of hanging around. But excited to dive into some football, kind of get my mind off that conference. So excited to be back with you boys.
Yeah, man.
Shaking a lot of hands?
Shaking way too many hands. Way too many hands. Hand out way too many business cards. Having so many meaningless conversations with quite a few people where there's the fair few that actually go anywhere.
Dude, I
Classic,
feel that.
classic.
I'm always at conferences and stuff. It's exhausting. You just stand around all day and then you're exhausted afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should hit up.
And then the afters.
You should hit up Palmer Swing while you're down there. You're in his neck of the woods.
I was thinking about it. Unfortunately, I am leaving for Tampa tomorrow evening, so
yeah.
we'll see what happens. But definitely is a possibility depending on how things go tomorrow afternoon.
Nice. So there's been a little bit of news. We touched on some of the trade deadline. It's an interesting slate. I don't know what y'all's think or what y'all's thoughts were. We're looking at this college football slate. The thing that stuck out to me is this slate probably looked so much better in August when you're projecting and looking at LSU, Bama, and Florida State, Clemson with meaning. Neither of the LSU going to Bama, Florida State going to Clemson, and those games just don't really mean anything. I mean, if Bama loses, that shakes things up a bit, but the games have no intrigue.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely the first time the Clemson-Florida State game is absolutely irrelevant to me.
Yeah. See, I'm actually kind of intrigued by the Clemson-Florida State game.
Really? Tell me more.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's jump in.
Which one of the big dogs is falling the furthest? That's my question. It's a battle of who's so far off the map and who needs to fire their coach kind of game. I just can't believe we're in this state where the two top dogs in the ACC are just god awful.
Yeah.
I'm
Brands.
not sure there's a good football team. I'm not sure there's a good football team in the ACC. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But
I think there's
Yeah.
good. I think there's good teams. It's a weird league. There's not like the elite contenders like we've seen in the past with Clemson and Florida State and Miami to a certain extent, but Miami looks bad.
With them falling off,
Yeah.
they just takes a lot of gas out of them.
Yeah.
there's certainly no contenders in that league.
No,
I will
agree.
venture as far to say I'm not 100% positive there's a good team in that league from top to bottom. Yeah, listen, I'm not here to say I'm good at English either, but listen, I mean, there's not a team in that league who's consistently played good this year. There just hasn't been. There's been teams that have been okay. They've played okay games, and I guess it depends what your definition of good is. And my definition of good is, I don't know, a top 15 team is a good team. I don't know if there's a top 15 quality team in the ACC this year.
I mean, I think we saw that. What was Virginia's the highest ranked ACC team? Would they come in at like 16? Or am I making that up? 14 or 16 or something like that. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm not even going off rankings either. I just think, if I was to put together my list of the 15
you.
best teams in the country, is there an ACC team in there? I just don't think there is. There's definitely a couple in the top 25 that I'd put in my top 25 teams of the year. But does that qualify them as a good team in my mind? I don't know.
Yeah, fair. Well, why don't we just take that and we'll jump right in. Obviously, Gamecock bye week, so the Gamecock section will be reserved for Shula talk.
I was about to say, yeah.
But you guys want to go right into Shula talk, or do you want to rank some games?
Let's rank some games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you guys are top of mind.
No. I'll go ahead and kick things off. My favorite game, honestly, this week, it's Oregon going to Iowa. I don't think Oregon has done anything. I mean, listen, they beat Penn State in Happy Valley when we thought Penn State was really good. I still think that the Penn State we saw against Northwestern and against UCLA in the weeks to follow, I don't think is an accurate representation of what Penn State was when Oregon beat them, if that makes sense. But Oregon, they lose to Indiana in their only other really big test. Iowa's been playing a lot better as of late. It's a tough place to play, and this game could completely knock Oregon out of playoff contention if they lose it. And I think it's very on the table that they could lose this game.
I don't know. I just don't think Iowa's is good enough to win this game. I just don't. I think Dante Moore is too talented. I love Oregon here. I really do. I'm not worried at all about this game for Oregon. I do think it might be an entertaining game for like the first half, and then you see Oregon kind of pull it away in the second half.
I'm really struggling to get a read on this one for kind of the same reasons you guys said. I would feel a lot more comfortable about Oregon if they were now playing at Iowa, but yeah, Iowa just feels hot right now, and like you said, Boone, I don't know who. Oh, well, there goes Boone.
Boone's disappearing on us again today. Jeez.
The man's Wi-Fi is it needs sorting out. Maybe we can phone a friend, get him a new internet provider.
Yeah, it seems like this has been going on for months now. The fact that he hasn't done something about it's getting kind of. We might have to ask
the definition of insanity.
That was Riverside close down. That wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
See, now he's not even taking accountability for having shitty Wi-Fi. Maybe, Boone, go ahead and invest in some Wi-Fi. Maybe you put your money if you actually win your bets this weekend. Let's get some new Wi-Fi.
Hey, you're right. Listen. You're right. Evan, when we started out, you had some Wi-Fi issues. You addressed them. I'll get this corrected. And if I don't, expect a Notes app apology on Twitter. But, yes, this will be corrected by next week. I apologize. It was just like, it was pinwheel. I could still hear y'all, to be honest. This is what happened. It was pinwheeling, so it was like check your internet connection. But I could still hear y'all fine. So I made the dumb decision, just like, I guess I'll refresh the page. So that was user error, 100%. That's on me.
Hey, we're learning on this podcast. We're relatively newer to this.
But there's a drinking game in the future.
But Boone, I was saying, who else have Oregon played?
Shoot. Let me double check. Indiana, Penn State are the ones that come to mind. Let me pull it up real quick.
What was the question there, Charlie?
Who else have Oregon played? And I totally forgot about Indiana. They lost by like 10 points, right?
Yeah, but the game wasn't as close as it appeared on the scoreboard.
No. But they played Wisconsin,
they beat the shit out of
trash. They beat the shit out of Rutgers. Oregon State, trash. Northwestern, trash. Oklahoma State, trash. Montana State, good, but FCS. So, like, their two hardest games they played they played Indiana. Now that, like, looking back from November, Penn State not being good, looking at the rest of their schedule, they played one good team this season and lost.
Iowa's pretty run heavy too, right? I mean, the spread is says 6.5. Man,
yeah,
I just can't get a read.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Might be a good game to abstain from there, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Iowa with the points. I don't know that I feel confident enough to take the actual outright line, but I will be taking the points. Who wants to jump in next?
I'll be probably on Oregon in this game. I'm probably on Oregon in this game at the end of the day. But we'll see.
I like that we're at odds.
Right. I'll jump into my favorite game of the week, and a game that I'm relatively shocked about the line, and that's BYU versus Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas Tech, 10.5 point favorites. 10.5 point favorites. Listen, they looked pretty good against Kansas State last week. The backup quarterback looked serviceable. They don't look like the same team to me. But I'll tell you what, the Texas Tech fans, they've been lined up outside of the stadium getting ready for this game all week. I love the no soaking signs hanging above their tents. That is a class act.
Yeah.
BYU is a bunch of virgins. For that reason, you got to take Texas Tech in the points here. Texas Tech is going to run all over BYU this weekend and assert dominance over what is the perennial powerhouse in the Big 12 this year.
I 100% agree with you here.
It's in
it's in Lubbock, which is Texas Tech.
The home field advantage is probably 7.5 points in this game. I think that fan base is going to be out of this world loud. Picture Texas Tech, Graham Harrell, Michael Crabtree, 06 kind of levels of loud in that stadium. I think it's going to be the loudest it's been since then going to this game. So the stadium's going to be absolutely insane for this game.
Yeah, Baron Morton is back. Which
that's a lot of points.
It is. But quarterback being back, I just think that this BYU's gotten away with a lot of games. It feels like Utah felt like they handled that pretty well, at least from my perspective. But BYU has been kind of playing close games. Texas Tech can't lose another game realistically if they want to get a shot at the Big 12 championship game. I hope they win, just because I want to see these two teams play again in the Big 12 championship game. But yeah, I think Texas Tech's going to roll here.
When was the last time that we saw a team this undefeated, right? They're like 8-0, top 10, as a 10-point underdog.
Last year, Indiana against Ohio State.
Know.
You know?
Last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But outside,
just feels kind of
outside of that,
kind of crazy.
Outside of that anomaly, I feel like not typically. I would think back to those Boston College Matt Ryan years when they're like, why is this team still undefeated? But Ev, Charlie, what you got for your game?
Yeah, I got Bama LSU. Another one that's 10-point difference. This one I like a whole lot more for the cover for the favorite. I think Bama's going to absolutely cruise to victory here. I don't think they played last week, right? Or did they?
Bama?
After South Carolina?
No, they're on bye.
Right? Yeah.
No, they had the bye.
Yes, they're coming off a bye. LSU I think we've kind of seen the best of them this season.
Yeah, they're toast.
We saw what Texas A&M did to them. I feel like Bama's going to come out of that South Carolina game like they were looking ahead to this one. Yeah, I just feel like Alabama's going to cruise. Curious what you guys think, though.
I agree. For everything you just said, I love Alabama here. I just don't think LSU has its wits about them.
I don't think they stand a chance.
Alabama.
I don't think LSU stands a chance. If this was in Tiger Stadium, I'd maybe give them a cover if that was still 9.5. But I don't see any. I think this is a non-compete from the LSU Tigers. It's not a good spot for them right now. Chuck, we'll stick with you.
And I feel like didn't Nussmeier I think he got banged up.
Yeah, he's been banged up all year.
Or am I just making that up?
No, he's been banged up all year.
Yeah, poor guy.
And their line can't protect it. It's bad.
Yeah, you just give. Yeah, and you just give them that much time. Although I will say, it would be hilarious if this is the one that they lose.
It would be funny
with the run that they've been on.
It would be funny.
But yeah, I'll go to my next one here, and that's Vanderbilt versus Auburn. Both teams, I'm pretty sure, are coming off losses.
Yeah.
Auburn definitely coming off of a loss of their head coach, so I feel like Auburn's just in kind of disarray, and Vanderbilt is not. I think Vanderbilt lost to a Texas team that was just hungry, right, looking for blood, and they played a great second half. That makes me feel like that they just kind of didn't come out ready to play in the first half. I love Vanderbilt in this spot. I think it's a great bounce back. I think the spread's sitting at like 6.5 right now. They're coming home. They've got a good season going. I feel like, they have a lot to lose, whereas Auburn, I just, I don't really know what else to say.
Auburn just lost to Kentucky and lost their coach. Vanderbilt's coming back home after their first loss of the season. Everything they want is still in front of them. I think they come out fired up. I have heard some people talk about they should be on upset alert. I just don't see it. I don't necessarily know if they cover. I think they'll cover. I wouldn't be shocked if they blow the cover. They're just not used to being favorites, I feel like. But I can't see a world where Vandy lets this one slip at home to this Auburn team when everything that they still have to play for is in front of them. So I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a world where Vandy loses this game. I'm kind of hoping they do, just because fuck Vandy. That would really put a nail in that coffin.
That would be funny.
But,
I do think Auburn's going to get somebody at some point.
But, yeah, I mean, there's just no world Vandy loses this game at home.
Yeah.
I did see a number of comments after that Texas game, kind of ragging on Arch Manning, saying, oh, congrats, like you beat the worst team in the SEC. And I just think that was a funny comment because historically, right, Vanderbilt's been dog shit, but someone just hasn't been watching too much ball this year.
Yeah, I mean,
no, yeah, they're a pretty good football team this time.
Yeah, there's some bad teams in the SEC, but we won't mention those. Ev, what's your second favorite game?
It's A&M Missouri.
Yeah, I like this
and
one.
I absolutely love A&M. I love A&M here. A team from Columbia is going to be getting the A&M Texas Aggies, but it's not going to be this team from Columbia.
Yeah.
Love A&M here.
Preach.
They're going to get a big win. They're going to be 9-0 come November 15th. They're going to be 9-0 on November 15th. Love A&M here. Fuck Missouri.
This line is weird. Like, is this line weird to y'all?
That game.
Is this line weird to y'all? 6.5.
Seems too low. Seems too low.
I get it's in Missouri, but they're on their third quarterback. Like, A&M hasn't really looked out of place all season. I don't know. Third string quarterback, undefeated team, 6.5 points feels low to me.
Wait, Missouri's on their third string now?
Yeah, I think so. I could be telling tales, but I'm pretty sure they're on their third quarterback.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'm wrong, man. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought the guy who had that awful injury was their starter.
He was, but Zolar, is that the third string or is that second string? I don't know. Zolar's playing quarterback. Something like that. I didn't do any research, so.
I feel like given how physical, I mean, out there on this one, but I feel like how physical A&M's been, they're gonna jump on that Missouri running game, and I don't think that backup or third string or whatever he is going to be able to really throw on this team. So
yeah.
I feel like the only reason this isn't a 10, 11, 12 point spread is just because it's not
at Missouri,
not in College Station.
Yeah. Yeah. Texas A&M has like 32 sacks.
It is at Missouri.
Texas A&M has like 32 sacks on the year, which is crazy. So I think they can get after him. We'll see.
Good God.
My next game is big for the G5, as I've been talking about over the season. It's actually tomorrow. Tulane going to Memphis. I've been big on Memphis all year. I love this team. Penny Hardaway shout out. But Memphis -3. I'll buy it to -3. It's at -3.5. But I like Memphis here to keep winning at home. Tulane's lost a little bit of that muster, and I think Summerall is going to be coaching in different colors next year with the jobs that are open. So yeah, give me Memphis. But this game means a lot in the American. Excuse me.
I will be.
Yeah, Go ahead, Evan.
I was staying so far away from this game. No thanks am I touching this game. No, the 10-foot fucking pole. Memphis is on the rise. It's a G5 game. This is a game Tulane could absolutely win. This is a game Tulane could absolutely butt rape them. Just absolutely go right up all over them. So I will be staying away from this game. There's way too much at stake here. I'm out. I'm out. This game's a bad betting game. Bad juju on this one.
That is your opinion.
That's my opinion on that game.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
I love Memphis because last week was the first time I saw them play.
Yeah, I mean, the Memphis USF game was fun. They just had that weird loss to UAB on the Trent Dilfer's up out of here bounce back spot. Memphis could be undefeated if they just kept their focus. But regardless, my last game and a little foreshadowing. This is also going to be my upset alert. My favorite dog, Wake Forest, just got their doors blown in against a bad Florida State team. However, Wake Forest is 1-0 in the state of Virginia. The University of Virginia Cavaliers have been playing with fire a lot of the season. They've got away with some close ones, and I think that could end today, or Saturday rather. Give me Wake Forest. I'm taking the spread. I'm also going to be taking the money line. Demon Deeks coming in big with a win in Charlottesville.
I can see it.
I can't see it at all. Robbie Ashford's quarterbacking Wake Forest. Until you get somebody that could throw the football, I'm not confidently betting on anybody to win unless you have a quarterback that knows how to throw a football. Until then, I will not be betting against on Wake Forest. That's my opinion on that one.
That's fair.
And
if somebody told me in August that come November I'd be betting on Wake Forest on the road, I would have told them they're clinically insane. But here we are.
Yeah. I'll jump into my last game here, sticking in the SEC. It's a battle of the losers. Florida and Kentucky. I just think this game's just going to be such a shit show, but an SEC game nonetheless. It's going to be a close shit show. I really want to see a great game from DJ Lagway. Since Napier's left, I've just kind of been hoping to catch some glimmers of the greatness I expected from DJ Lagway, and I haven't really seen much of it. I saw a few good plays last weekend. So I'm really watching this game as a DJ Lagway, hopefully coming out party, makes him feel comfortable. So I have some excitement there. And you also got to wonder, is this DJ Lagway's last year in Florida? Does he end up transferring with the head coach uncertainty?
He definitely could.
That's a big question. But he's got to put some tape on. Who's going to want him? So I'm excited to see this game. Really excited to just see DJ Lagway is the more so reason I like this game.
Yeah, he's been really fun to watch when he's been on fire. I feel like Florida could definitely blow Kentucky out the water here, but it is in Kentucky, so
that doesn't mean much.
I don't know. I guess it's not in the swamp, I should say.
Yeah. Charlie, what's your last game you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'll finish this up and stay in the SEC and go over to Georgia, Mississippi State. Heard a lot of murmurs that this is a really good spot for Mississippi State. Just given the way they've been playing, probably should have definitely beat Texas.
Yeah.
Still kind of thinking about that Brandon Walker clip, but I think Georgia's gonna absolutely steamroll them. I don't really see Mississippi State hanging this one. I think the spread's like 9.5. We've got a lot of 10.7, 9.5 kind of games here. So definitely someone's gonna shit the bed, but I just don't think it's Georgia. I think Georgia's an absolute train right now, and definitely one of the better teams in the SEC. So I think them and Alabama are just gonna take care of business this week.
I agree. I think Gunnar Stockton's too good. I know a lot of people like Mississippi State. This Georgia and the spread is in contention for one of my favorite picks. I just don't see them. Mississippi State's had their fun. I think Georgia is comfortably taking this one.
I agree.
If the cowbells are out,
yeah,
who knows? These things are so annoying.
Fuck your cowboy. Fuck the cowbell. I love Georgia here.
Did you say cowbell?
I don't know really what I said. I meant to say cowbell.
I know.
And the whole second word really didn't come out properly.
Cowbell.
I was kind of just trying to talk through it. Hopefully no one was going to call me out on it, but all right.
That's not how things work. Cade Kubrick. That's how things work on this show.
I'm gonna have to start taking like some speech class. People are gonna think I have like a speech impediment or something. Jeez.
You might have a speech impediment.
Sorry. Hey, I'm not gonna rule it out.
Wait, hold on. I did realize I got the Kubrick because of Stanley Kubrick, the director.
Yeah.
That was ingrained in my brain. I was like, where am I getting that from? And connected those dots the other day. That's my excuse.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't even know who that is, so I'm gonna continue on.
Valid.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I love Georgia here. Georgia's too good of a football team. I just think Georgia is one of those teams too that's just gonna find ways to win the rest of the year. They're a feisty team, and I think they just get shit done. But I think they cover here as well.
Guess who? This game's obviously in Starkville. Guess who will be in the building in this game?
Brandon Walker?
He's going back for seconds.
God. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought
Someone
that one up,
bring a
Chuck.
body bag.
Yeah, I do think this could get bad. With that, there's only one other game that I like, and I didn't want to pick it because it's actually tonight. UTSA off a big win last week against Tulane, going to South.
Go South Florida.
They're going to South Florida. I think South Florida rolls here. The minus 13.5. UTSA is going to be buzzing after that big win, but I think the train stops here. South Florida has too much to play for. Just wanted to mention that because I'll be taking that game here in about an hour.
I hope so, because I've got South Florida in about every parlay going into this weekend, so I really hope so.
Gamble responsibly. With that, y'all want to get to some picks?
Let's do it.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys want to switch it up a bit? Start with your dogs, because I've already given mine. So we want to just start with dogs. I have Wake Forest money line on the board.
All right. Listen, I'm going to be with my mother this weekend. She is a University of Kansas graduate. Fuck Arizona. Give me Kansas money line. Kansas has fucked me recently. It's time for that to change. Give me Kansas money line.
Kansas money line is 5.5 point dogs.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the balls. Chuck. Oh wait, sorry. I was
Evan and his love for Kansas this season. I love it.
For a second, I totally thought.
Got to be a ride or die.
I totally thought, even though I suggested we do dogs first, I was like, wow, Evan's first best bet's taking Kansas money line. That's my brain stopped working. Charlie, your best dog.
Well,
there's a lot of dogs out there, and I realize I've been taking some pretty large spreads for my dogs, which hasn't really worked out too well for me, especially last week with Virginia Tech. I don't even think they covered, but
No.
I like Iowa State this go around. Iowa State's sitting at +7. They're playing TCU. I think a lot of the narrative has been we've seen the best ball from Iowa State already, but I just think they're a gritty team, and I think they're going to hang in there and let the chips fall.
Chuck, I'm no longer going to take big spread underdogs. Also, Chuck, I'm going to take Iowa State, who's +6.5.
Well, every spread is
it's
like 7 or 10 this week. I feel like for the good games.
I'm just messing with you. Chuck, you want to send it back around? What's your best bet? This is hard. I think there's a couple good ones that I like this slate.
I guarantee you don't have mine. Guarantee you don't have mine.
We'll see. We'll see.
I didn't want to show my hands too early, but Boone, you were already talking about it. I love Memphis this week. Like I said, last week was the first time I saw them play. They were absolutely electric, beat up on some poor team. And I just think, they've got a lot to play for. If they win this, I'm pretty sure that puts them in pretty strong contention for the playoff, right? To sneak in and get that last spot. So, give me Memphis. I think it's -4. I'm still taking the -4 straight up. But go Tigers.
I like
Tigers.
This was in my contention for sure. I love Memphis. I've loved them all season. They're just a fun team to watch. And when they do the gray with the blue tiger stripes, it looks so sick in the corniest possible way. But it's so sick.
Mm-hmm.
What say you, Ev?
Yeah, so I'm going to take another underdog here in a money line bet. Money line bet, I want that straight up. Listen, a trend I've been watching is after you get your breaks kicked in, you play a lovely team called Rutgers.
That was
you get to say, so I am taking Maryland. I'm taking Maryland money line over Rutgers. God, I can't believe you had it, but that's my bet.
So,
Maryland money line over Rutgers.
So last week it was granted that y'all could both take the Bengals. What do y'all think? Can I also take Maryland here? Or do I need to pick a different game? These were my top two.
I'll allow you to take Maryland, but you don't get points. You have to take it money line.
Money line.
I won't give you the minus or the +1. Okay, I'll allow that.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, Maryland money line. I love this.
I mean, Chuck can veto if he, but he won't. I am allowing it.
I don't think there's been too many samesies, so I'll allow it.
This would be the second. This would be the second.
And it seems like you guys.
This would be the second.
It seems like you guys. 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 It see it seems like you guys also arrived there like on your own, where like some comedians steal jokes or people think they steal jokes, but they actually just came up with the same joke.
Yeah.
So I'll allow it for that reason.
So no bullshit. My top 3 best bets were Maryland moneyline, Memphis -3. I was gonna buy it to 3, but Memphis -3, and then if I couldn't take either of those, I was gonna take Georgia -9.5, which I didn't want necessarily. So I appreciate the help. Parlay, boys, we are still looking for our first college football parlay win. This is the tail section of the show. We'll get to the winners in the NFL section because we're 2-0 in our last 2, 3 wins on the year. But I'm gonna try to keep it simple here. I'm taking Indiana and I'm buying it to 9.5. I'm buying a couple points. I want the even 10 open for me. Give me Indiana. I now forget who. Oh, against Penn State. I just don't think Penn State's good. Indiana just has a habit of exploding all over teams. So yeah, I'm taking the Hoosiers, bought down to 9.5.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Indiana money line.
No, that'd be reckless.
I'm gonna go ahead and say A&M -5.5 over Missouri. Buy it down 1 point. I just kind of feel weird. I don't know why. I want 6 available.
Wait, hold on. Say that bet one more time.
Texas A&M -5.5.
Okay.
I'm buying it down a point from 6.5.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I just feel weird about the 6 on this one.
All right. Well,
And
since
Chuck?
we're doing a lot of buying down, I'm gonna stick with Memphis. And give me the -3. If we get a push, we get a push. But buying it down from 4.
All right. Let me build this real quick. Y'all can riff while I do this or something.
I think I think that just leaves Shula talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead
so-
and get into it. We'll finish this up.
Evan, let's unload the clip here. Let's unload the clip. Let's hear it.
Listen, I had one of the best Sundays you can have all time. I was borderline suicidal going into the Sunday after watching that just abysmal performance that was us against Ole Miss. And I got a little bit of an inkling when you saw Shane Beamer towards the end of the first half just losing his fucking mind into the fucking into his headset. Listen, I'm happy with the firing. Mike Shula, fuck you piece of shit. I'm considering suing you for emotional damage and costing. I'm still going to argue this is a national championship team. Had we not had Mike Shula, this does lie on Beamer a little bit. But he has taken a player who is arguably the best player in the country in Lenore Sellers and turned him into a legitimate shell of himself. He has no confidence. He's scared to play football. His accuracy's gone. It's 2 to 3 weeks too late. This should have happened after the LSU game. But with that being said, I am on the train of I think Lenore Sellers needs to be involved in the hiring process of the next offensive coordinator. I don't think that's a crazy ask. You need a college style coordinator. If they get another pro style offensive coordinator, I am going to lose my goddamn mind. You need a college style coordinator and bring someone in. I want someone under the age of 40, preferably under the age of 35 if we can find somebody good. I don't know who that would be. But listen, fuck Mike Shula. Fuck him for screwing this program. This is a national championship team. I'm going to die on that hill. Had a good offensive coordinator. Unbelievable, but thank God it finally happened.
Yeah, this we just ranked last in like every offensive category and statistic. It was just like there was no real light. It felt like at the end of the tunnel. But I guess here's that light. It's a double-edged sword, right? Because if we go into Aggie Land and we have a dominating offensive performance, I'm going to be pumped because we'll be there. But like I'm going to be pissed at what could have been. That said, listen, we'll see. Let's play out the rest of the season. We still can get bowl eligible, albeit it'd be a stretch. So, at least we're rid of Mike Shula. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I feel like we'd even be in a worse spot if it wasn't for some of the just electric plays from sellers. You know, if he punt returns here and there. Yeah, like I feel like we'd be in a much rougher position. So someone's just got to put the pieces together. I think you guys have said it before. Like we've got the talent. Even our defense has kept us in a lot of games. And there's a guy called Mike McDaniels out there.
No. Absolutely not. No. I'm putting my foot down. No. We're not even going to talk that into existence. No.
But he's where he wears capris.
I don't give a
he fits
fuck
right
what he
into
wears.
Columbia.
I don't give a shit what he wears. I don't care how much cocaine he brings for our team. He is not coming to this university. Good God, no. Good God, no. I don't want that cocaine dealing motherfucker on my sidelines. Oh God, no. No. No one from the
Sometimes
NFL.
I forget.
College quarterback. College
He's a Patriots
coordinator.
fan.
Okay.
No. Oh God, that guy sucks. Look at the Dolphins.
Do we have a short list?
No, we're not gonna.
Give me Bobby Petrino.
That would be something.
We don't have a short list. I think we'll dive into that at the end of the year.
I could ask my pops.
Outside hire. I don't want a promotion.
I could ask my pops to call in a favor with Joe Brady.
Oh, now that would get my dick twisted. It'd be a knots. Oh, that would get me all riled up. Jesus, give me Joe Brady. Give me a Joe Brady.
All right, we're back after a minor technical issue. Anyone out there with studio experience, we'd love to have you. We can't really give you a salary yet, but if you're looking for an internship, we are available.
Yeah, just to put a bow on college football. Again, the parlay is A&M minus 5.5, Indiana minus 9.5, Memphis. Charlie, I couldn't buy it to 3, so I had to buy it to 2.5. Figured you were okay with that.
Even better.
That is plus 324. So the college football parlays odds have decreased week over week, and we're still looking for that first win. So yeah, this is the week. We can't go over on this season. That said, let's jump into the Sunday ticket. Of course, the only thing that YouTube TV and ESPN can't screw us over with, except for obviously Monday Night Football. Guys, Charlie mentioned something before you jumped on that I think we have neglected, and we're not spending that much time on the NFL from what games interest us really perspective. So I know there's a couple good ones. Anybody want to jump into a game before we go through some picks? So I do think this is a pivotal week when it comes to how the playoffs start to take form.
I got a few, but Evan looks like you.
Yeah, well, the biggest game I'm looking forward to is just the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots. I mean, the game of the week.
This is the game of the week. This is the game of the week.
But so I'll jump into this one now, and then we can riff a little bit and talk about some other games we're looking at. But listen, it's two quarterbacks that are playing. Well, Baker Mayfield's shown flashes of this earlier in his career, but this has hands down been the best year of his career. Really gotten the resurgence coming over to the Buccaneers last year. Drake May really having his coming out party. And also, it's going to be him coming off of a rough game. He didn't look his best against Atlanta, made a few critical mistakes. His throws just didn't look quite as sharp as they had previously. It's in Tampa Bay, the Tom Brady Bowl, for those of you who are watching and are aware of that. This game doesn't have a lot of implications. Yeah, that's true. This game doesn't have a ton of implications in it necessarily. Listen, if you lose this game either way, it isn't the end of the year for you. The Patriots have an incredibly easy schedule. The Buccaneers play in a relatively easy division. I wouldn't be too worried. But it does kind of give you a good point to say, hey, here's where we are this year. If the Patriots are going to win this game, they need the defense to play a little bit more locked down and consistent. Like, when the Patriots' defense plays good, they're a top unit. When they don't, they just let people wide open the field. They have horrible matchup situations, poor communication. And offensively, the Patriots just need to be consistent. Give Drake May a little bit more time. This offensive line has kind of been shown to have a lot of issues the last couple weeks. So hopefully those can get figured out. Protect Drake May a little bit more. I think Drake May is, still being a young quarterback, is still figuring out how to maneuver around in the pocket a little bit and learning how to move around without escaping. And sometimes he might just need to escape a little bit earlier now and kind of just put his head down and get out of there. So that's something I'm going to be watching this game. But I think this is going to be a really, really good game between two quarterbacks that are playing kind of at the top of their levels. And I do expect the Patriots to get the road win. I expect a huge bounce-back win and hopefully their first complete football game of the season.
Yeah, I love this game. I think this is my favorite game of the week. I think the Patriots are more than capable of winning this game. I do lean the Bucs here off a bye week at home. I just think Baker's playing too well. But the Patriots have played so well this season. Drake May's been incredible. I think they're very live. Obviously, they're only 2.5 point dogs. But I just think the Bucs at home off a bye, it's going to be tough for the Patriots to win.
Yeah, there's two things here that kind of stick out to me. It's the Bucs off a bye, like you just said, Boone. I think Todd Bowles going to have a lot of time to prepare for this team, and I just feel like the Patriots are due. They've been playing lights out. I think they've just been. They've definitely been winning the games that they should have, but given the rest of the schedule, I think this is like the one that they can give up. They're playing away. If you're the Bucs, your division, maybe the Panthers probably don't scare you, right? So you can definitely afford some as well. But I just feel like this is the one where Baker's coming back. The team's getting more healthy. I love the spread sitting at 2.5, but I don't love it enough to where I would put a lot on the Bucs just given the way that the Patriots have been playing in second halves.
Yeah. This is a Bucs money line play for me. I'm not messing with the spread. It doesn't have any value to me.
Yeah, but definitely could be a shootout. Definitely could be a shootout with both of those offenses.
Yeah, I'm pumped for this game.
Well, I'll discuss another one. It's Monday Night Football, so hopefully people can actually watch it this week. And that's the Eagles-Packers. It's going to be in Lambeau, so Packers coming off of that pretty embarrassing loss to the Panthers.
Yeah.
And I think the Eagles are going to win this game. The Eagles are sitting at slight underdogs right now, but they brought in a lot of help, a lot of depth right before the trade line. I think the Packers look like a completely different team without Kraft as well. How well he was playing, getting open for Love. I feel like without that, Love is kind of, he's a little bit of a different player when he just can't, find that big tight end over the middle and in space. And I just feel like this is a classic Eagles spot where they're just going to make the game super boring. They're going to ground and pound, get out of the pocket with Jalen Hurts. And I actually like the Eagles in this spot.
Yeah, this game is awesome as well. I agree with you. I'm actually on the exact opposite side, though. I think everything you said, I hear you, but I think I'm on the other side of it. I think this is that we talked about
bounce back spot for the Packers.
We talked about on the last show. Jordan Love either plays like, wow, this guy can't miss, or it's like, what? I'm not seeing it with this guy. I just think this is a spot where he's the I can't miss Jordan Love, and they're at home off a loss. I just think this is a big bounce back spot. Because if the Eagles win, I think they take a pretty comfortable lead over the Packers, at least from a number one seed perspective in the NFC. So I think the Packers get up from this game.
Eagles also coming off a bye.
Yeah.
I love the Eagles here. I love the Eagles. I've talked shit on the Packers all year. I'm gonna stand by that statement. I don't think the Packers are a good football team. I do not think they are a good football team. You heard it here first. I still think they missed the playoffs.
That would be shocking if they missed the playoffs.
Wow.
But speaking of the Packers not potentially being a good team, Chuck, you want to just jump into your Panthers outlook as well? Because this was the game we had circled for the Panthers all season. For Survivor Pool, I mean.
Did we?
For the Survivor.
Oh, for Survivor. I mean, it scares me it scares me. You know, I don't remember the last time the Panthers were favored by more than like 3 points, let alone 5 or 6. So
5.5.
The fact it is at home. Bryce Young is 4-0 in his last 4 starts. So I do think we're gonna win, but the Saints. No, I think we're gonna win. Fuck the Saints. I don't think they're good. So I think we could easily cover it, but you just never know what kind of Panthers you're gonna get. But I do think the fact that it's at home makes me feel a lot better about it.
You better hope the Panthers win this game, because the internet's gonna have a field day with get shucked if you lose to Tyler Shuck.
I think Shuck sucks. I think Spencer Rattler's better.
Oh, of course, but tell us, Evan.
I listen. Just like you think the Patriots might be due, I think the Panthers might be due as well. This is just a tough spot for the Panthers to be in. I'm just kidding. I'm full of shit. I love the Panthers here. Fuck the Saints. You bet Spencer Rattler? Absolute bullshit. Give me the Panthers and the points. Panthers cover, no doubt in my mind. No doubt.
It would be some shit to go.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Go ahead, Ben.
No. You got it.
I was just gonna say it would be classic Panthers to go into Lambeau as 14-point underdogs, roll out of there with a game winner, and then come home and lose to the Saints team. I mean, I think there's also the fact that this used to be a rivalry. This used to be a football game, and now it's just something. Like the toilet bowl. Yeah, but I mean, you win this, you go to 6-4, and I said this yesterday. I think we've got I don't even remember now, but it's isn't it like the Falcons again.
Yeah.
And if you win that one, which we slaughtered them, you're 7-4 before the gauntlet. So this is kind of a must-win if the Panthers want to do anything this season.
If the Panthers want to be frisky, they have to win this game for sure. Because then you have the Falcons. Who knows what the 49ers could look like with injuries? But yeah, Rams, Bucks, Seahawks, Bucks to end the season. None other Saints in there. This is a not a gateway game. This is an important milestone game for the Panthers on whether or not this season was a success or is it same old. Just like what are we doing moments.
I do also before we move on, I do got to shout out Rico Dowdle. He got fined $14,000 by the NFL for his 2 pumps, not 3. And decided to, instead of kind of pocket that money, or then got a GoFundMe from the fans and just people who thought it was hilarious. I think it raised like $100,000 or something crazy like that. Instead of pocketing it, he actually gave it to charity. So, shout out Rico, great guy and great football player.
That's a South Carolina education right there. Clemson.
Yeah.
If he went to Clemson, he wouldn't have done that. He would have pocketed it. You know that's a fact.
Yeah, maybe. I have the unfortunate Slate boys window of being the obnoxious European game this weekend, which just means I have to be ready for football, locked in mentally at 9:30 in the morning. Coming off a loss to a Falcons team that played the Patriots really, really well. Drake London terrifies me. I honestly think they pushed the Sauce Gardner deal across the line with the extra stuff because they're like, we got Drake London and no corners right now. This is you never know going to Europe who's gonna handle that better. This game's in Germany, which I didn't even know they did that until this season. But there's definitely there's definitely more Germans in Indiana than there are in Georgia, I would venture to say. So for that reason, it's a home game for the Colts. I think we win this game. I don't know if we cover. Jonathan Taylor's got to get back to dominating the game. I know he has that's a lot to ask because he's done it all season, but we go as he goes. So I think we're a better team than the Falcons, kind of at every level, but gotta prove it. You can't lose this game considering what's going on later in the season, or what you have coming up, I should say.
If you lose this game, the run of the Colts might be over.
It might be, and then the trade could look a lot worse.
It's going to look real bad if you lose this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out there already. This is my favorite bet of the week. I think the Colts are going to destroy this Falcons team. Look, they lost to the Steelers, and we said it yesterday, but they had 6 turnovers or something ridiculous like that. You bring in Sauce, and I think he's going to be super excited to play this game. He wants to prove himself. The Colts are a well-run organization this season. The Falcons are not. And I think when you have an international game, the Colts are coming off of that just really bad loss to the Steelers. All the narrative was, oh, well, the Colts are back to, Daniel Jones is back to who he was. Oh, yeah. Here we go. I think they step up. They get the win in Germany. And I like the points in this one, too.
Yeah, I'm 0-1 when one of y'all pick the Colts as your best bet on this program. So let's hope that trend doesn't continue.
Back to back.
You go after this game. You go to Kansas City, and then you have 4 divisional games in the season, plus a trip to Seattle and a home game against the 49ers. Like, obviously, if you could lose every game and win all the division games, and it doesn't matter. But that's not the mindset you want to have. You've got to handle your business against this team. I'm looking for Sauce to make some big plays. Mooney, Travarius Ward is not back until the following week. I think this is his last week on IR. So he'll be back. Once those two are there together with Cam Bynum and Nick Cross, it's going to be one of the deepest secondaries. The offense has to continue to run as usual. I do like us. I probably won't bet this game because it's my game. But any other games y'all want to touch on before we jump into the categories?
Nope. Let's jump on in. Unless you got anything over there, Charlie.
I do have one last night. I don't need. We don't need to go into detail on this game, but there's the Fernando Mendoza Bowl happening this week with the Browns and the Jets. Who wants more? I guess we'll have to see, but I feel like this
looks like the fucking Jets after what they did in the trade deadline.
Yeah, right. This is a huge tanking tankathon implications here. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the Browns defense won't allow them to be that bad. The Jets, I think, are a shoo-in for that spot now. But Ev, why don't you kick us off with your? Actually, Chuck, was the Colts your best bet? Or did you have a different one?
Colts 6.5 is my best bet. I think it's just a perfect bounce back spot for them, and I think they run all over the Falcons.
All right, Ev, you want to take us with your pick?
Yeah. So listen. This is a really tough matchup that's going into. Side note: I did not get my bribery Venmo before this bet. Anyways. Listen, we're playing. The Chargers are playing the Steelers. The Steelers are a really good team. They're coming off a tough win, against the Colts. Listen, the Steelers are doing a lot of things right. Maybe I was wrong about them. They might be a really good team. I'm going to emphasize that. It could be a very good team. I think this might be a challenging game for the Chargers. But at the end of the day, I think the Chargers are in the right way. Even with losing Joe Alt, I love Justin Herbert here. Give me Chargers -2.5.
You just can't go one show without talking about the Steelers.
They're a really good football team, Boone. They're a great team. They deserve a lot of respect and pats on the back around here.
I hear you, man.
I don't know
which. To play them. They're a scary team to play.
Yeah, they are. I can attest to it. I saw it.
Well, same.
I don't know which way to go here, but I do think that this is a really interesting spot for the Steelers, just because it's like the defense figured it out. The defense, that defense we spent all that money on, they figured it out, and now you got to go to LA. You got to play a pretty high-powered Chargers offense. I do think the Joe Alt injury is pretty massive, though.
Yeah.
Seeing how they play without him is I feel like it just fundamentally changes everything they do. It's still a good offensive line, but I would feel a lot more comfortable as a Chargers fan facing this defensive line if he was still there.
I would also hammer a TJ Watt sack if I was in him.
Yeah.
If I was a betting man.
Yeah.
I would recommend that bet. That's probably a smart bet.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take a note that is a smart bet. This is a game that I would not have any interest in betting in, except for that it's the Sunday night game. So more than likely I will. But this is I don't know what I'll do here. All right, my favorite bet, and it's a big spread, but one team is coming off a bad loss against a rookie quarterback, and the other team has given up 20 or more points in 3 consecutive games. Give me the Detroit Lions minus 8.5 against the Commanders. That place is going to be deflated. No Jaden Daniels. They just got mollywopped by the Seahawks. The Lions lost. I'm sure there's a stat for it, how the Lions play off a loss. But the Lions are like one of the number 1 cover spread teams, at least in my head, because they just do fuck shit at the end of the games. I love the Lions by 22.5, but I'm gonna settle for 8.5 here.
That's a great bet in my eyes as well. I would love to take them at 7. I think if you watch that Vikings game, absolutely nothing went the Lions' way.
Yeah.
So I do think they're still a good football team. They've got to sort some stuff out on defense, but yeah, if you're the Commanders, it's gonna get ugly for the second half of the season, and I think this is kind of where it starts.
I love this
agree.
bet. This is actually the bet I want to put in our parlay for the week. And I have actually a reverse move to put this in the parlay. I'll get to that a little bit later on the show, but I absolutely love this bet for everything you said. It's just a great bet.
Yeah. And I'll send it back around. Bless you. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers money line against the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are playing great ball. They've looked like one of the best, if not the best teams in the NFL, especially when healthy, but they're going to San Francisco, who's looked better. They're getting healthier finally for the most part. And again, I'm sure there's a stat. I don't have it in front of me, but I feel like Shanahan owns McVay a little bit, or at least has an edge over him, so I'm going to take the Niners money line against the Rams. I think the Rams would do a loss here at some point.
I hate it. Give me the Rams.
Well, it's not your pick.
I'm done betting against this 49. I'm done betting against this 49ers team. Is not one I bet against this year. I'm probably not going to bet on the Rams either, but I just can't get a read on this 49ers team. Every time I'm like, oh, this team sucks. Oh, wait, they're good. They suck. They're good. I don't know what's going on with them. So I just choose to avoid that. I just can't be a part of that nonsense.
That's fair. Ev, what is your dog?
So that's your dog?
That's my dog of the week, yeah.
Yeah.
That is...
What's up, Jeff? What's your dog?
I'll give you my dog. If Chuck doesn't want to give his dog, well, I'll give you my dog.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Evan.
No, I did say Ev. You were next, Ev. In my order.
Oh, shit. Oh, my bad. I got hearing issues. I think the headphones are broken. Hearing, speaking, it's a whole thing. I didn't take my medication this morning. Anyways, I got the Giants. The Bears won too easily in a fucking lucky, in a lucky fashion over the Bengals. This is a classic Bears lose game. This is just a classic Bears lose game.
Yeah.
They're too high. There's no way they win this game.
Yeah. This was my second favorite one as well. This is my second favorite one, and I'm probably going to do a little shout out to Hanky Lockwood. I might do a hungry dog parlay on these bad boys. 49ers Giants money line. Everything you just said. It's Chicago. That's just what they do.
Yeah. They can't have nice things.
No.
I do love that.
Nice things.
Chuck.
I do love that.
What is your dog?
Yeah, well, I almost took the Cardinals here, but they're playing the Seahawks, who are just too hot. I do think the Cardinals are going to be frisky in that game, just given how they played the Cowboys and the way they're rolling. Yeah, but one game that we didn't even really touch on, I love the Vikings this week. At home, we saw what they did to the Lions. They've got a lot of mojo right now. And I think the whole narrative around the Ravens are back. They're fixed. They're coming for blood. They beat up on an awful Dolphins team. And I think now they got to go into Minnesota. They got to play a solid defense. We know that their defense also gives up a lot of points. And the Vikings the offense is rolling pretty fine. I think Justin Jefferson's going to be open the entire game. I I love the spread where it's at 4 points as well. So I would honestly take the Vikings straight up here. I think the Ravens are just being too overhyped.
Yeah, you are taking it straight up.
Right. Straight up and spread then.
Yeah.
Listen, this is another classic Vikings lose game. Vikings are going to lose this game. The Vikings can't. The Vikings are just they're too hit or miss this year. They're peaks valleys. They're a peaks valleys team. They can't win 2 games in a row. They're not summiting and then summiting another mountain. It's not happening. They're going to crash and burn skiing down the hill.
I completely agree. I completely agree with you.
Winning.
I think the Ravens win and cover this game. The Vikings to me are a back and forth kind of team. Just everything you said. If they had lost to the Lions in traumatic fashion, I would have them higher. But yeah, the Ravens are going to make the playoffs somehow, and because I believe that with my whole heart, they have to win this game. That's really all I can look at as.
They are back and forth, but J.J. McCarthy's played 2 games, so I feel like we haven't really seen a lot of the real Vikings.
No, that's for sure. I hear you. I hear you.
That's fair. That's fair.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah, we're running short on time here, boys. So let's jump into the parlay and then Survivor picks and get out of here. And USF minus 13.5. But or Chuck, you want to send it back down? What's your parlay contribution this week?
Yeah, parlay contribution. I'm just gonna go for it. Give me the Panthers. Give me the points. I think it's just our time. It's our time this week, and I think we are gonna get smacked in the kind of like tail end of our schedule. But like I said, this is a must-win if the Panthers want to do anything. It's at home. The Saints are in full tank mode. I like the points.
Panthers minus 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Ev, what do you got?
I like the Lions minus 12.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I would honestly take them 20, so I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Let's see.
Get some good odds in this one. Let's get some good odds for number 3 in a row.
Let's get a profit boost.
All right. And then my contribution.
All right, Booty, what you got?
My contribution off a bye week against the biggest sellers in the draft or in the NFL. Give me Quinshon Judkins anytime touchdown. The Jets sold everybody. The Quinshon's had such a good season so far. He's been running well. He's kind of the only option they have on offense, and they're showing it. So Quinshon Judkins anytime touchdown. That is plus 667. So $20 wins you $133.60. Yeah, I
Boom
like
with
that.
the prop again. I love it.
I can't not do props for the NFL one. It took everything in me not to do a game for college. Parlays, props just look better in parlays.
Let's hit Survivor.
Yeah. Pull it up here. All right, so we did have we had 3 entries. We did lose one of them on the Lions. So honestly, the more we have, the worse we are at actually being disciplined with picking them. So here we'll go with this first one here. We've already picked the Ravens. Let me know when y'all can see it. Here we go.
I'm thinking Panthers and Bills are good.
I like
versus the Dolphins.
Let's go
Honestly,
Bucks and Panthers.
I love the Broncos tonight.
Broncos, just get out of the way.
Do you want to do that? Thursday nights just scare me, but we can go for it.
All right, they're out Thursday night.
Here, you want to do
They're
Panthers on
actually
this
kind
one?
of due. Yep, sure.
All right. So we got Panthers on this one. And then, all right.
And Lions.
I love the Lions. Do we want to save them, or do you want to just go for it?
I'd be fine with the Colts this week as well.
I'm good with either of those options.
Which ones?
Boone?
Which
Lions or
the
Colts?
Lions and the Colts.
Lions or Colts?
The Lions and the Colts.
I know. Sorry, I think I'm delayed. I would say probably Colts over Lions, just because I feel like the Colts have a tough stretch later. Like they have
save the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe.
do Colts then.
Colts it is.
God, that makes me nervous. Here we go.
Lock
boys.
it in. We got
All right.
we got our favorite teams this week.
All right.
All right, boys.
God, yeah, Chuck. This
Good
could be
stuff.
a bad week. This could be a bad week for the pod if the Patriots win.
This
and
could
then,
this
we
could
both
be a
lose.
curse, but
Yeah.
we could also come out very happy.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Good show,
all right,
guys.
boys.
Good
See
show,
y'all.
guys. Hey, have a
Till
wonderful
next time.
time at sushi. I will
Yeah.
see you guys later.
Sounds
Peace.
good. See you in
Appreciate
a week,
it.
Ev.